Hi, my name is Shiri Akrish, and my capstone experience was creating pediatric occupational therapy kits for family connections in Northeast Ohio. So the population that I worked with were children ages 3 to 5 years old, which is prior to entering kindergarten, and their caregivers. My capstone site was Family Connections, which is a nonprofit organization, and they provide early literacy, parent support, and school readiness for Cuyahoga County families. There were three trends that were at the forefront of my research. So the first one was lack of caregiver knowledge and perceptions leads to disconnect regarding normal developmental milestones. I wanted to work on this by giving families something to do, not just what to look for, actually providing them with what to do next. I also wanted to define and build skill strengthening activities for common developmental delays, including developmental regressions for children ages 3 through 5 until a professional assessment can be completed. Another trend was that parents are unsure of what to ask doctors at well child visits, so I wanted to inform caregivers on milestones and offer the language for knowing what to request when they schedule a pediatric appointment or for when they go to school assessments visits, because at this age group they can go to either one. And then I wanted to empower families to catch delays early and provide caregivers with next step resources. Finally, the last trend that was seen is that there is a lack of accessibility to parenting education and materials. So I wanted to make occupational therapy more accessible, present information comprehensibly and at an appropriate reading level, which is fifth grade or below. And I wanted to eliminate the need for caregivers to find transportation to get help and bring information directly to where families are at. These are my accomplishments. There are different pictures in the background of some of the things that I created or worked on. My first one was that I advertised and budgeted for kits, so I was able to successfully procure funds for the kits to make it free for all families. I conducted home visits, community and virtual visits. About 33 families opted in to get the kits, and then 22 then sought out individualized meetings with me. I created an accessible developmental milestone checklist for ages 2.5 through 5 years old, and I started at 2.5 in order to give parents an opportunity to look back in case their child was newly 3 years old. I also wrote and compiled a 21-page activity book. I constructed 46 kits total. I conducted pre and post surveys, 25 of which 25 families completed the surveys, which is over 83% participation. I educated Spark staff at 6 biweekly meetings. And I also worked with Cleveland Heights Library and Shaker Heights Library playrooms that are under Family Connections umbrella, which received a kit as well. And that permanently stayed at their locations. And they also had flyers to advertise the kits in case any of those families were interested. And then finally, I designed 6 poster series for both playrooms correlating to playstations that were in the playrooms. And that's what I worked on in between the time of the visits and the kits as well. And these different poster topics are listed below. The takeaways were assessed through surveys and general feedback during home visits with families, so these are not just ones that I made up. The first takeaway was that many families are not familiar with occupational therapy, and those that are, maybe their child has an IEP, they're not totally sure what their child is doing. So they were really relieved to find out a little bit more when they had an opportunity to talk to an occupational therapy student and hear a little bit more about what their child might be working on. There's also a need for developmental milestone education in the community for this age group, ages 3 to 5. Some families have apprehension about getting OT assistance because there's some stigma. So those families, once they saw what was in the kits, they kind of relaxed a little bit and they were interested to learn more. Most families are eager to learn and very appreciative to get more information. Many families want to engage and play, but several factors limit accessibility. Feedback from the kits included that it gave families ideas of what to play with their children. Families also indicated that they liked that the items could be played with a caregiver or independently, depending on the activity. As for future plans, Spark plans to continue to use the kits. I created a master kit so they can make more. Family Connections expressed immense interest in taking a future OTD student to continue to expand on the current kit project. And some of these future opportunities could include maybe they could increase distribution on a more wider scale, so not just 33 families, but 100 or more. Expand the age group eligibility. Maybe they could write a grant to increase items available in the kit, or they can continue to meet with staff members and family to promote occupational therapy in our community as Spark constantly is getting new families. And these are my references. Thank you.